underneath the lights. We look into each other's eyes. Tired snowflakes are coming down, collapse into water when they hit the ground. I hear the sound of empty streets, and yesterday has gone to sleep. So all that's left is you and me. I can promise you're the only thing I see.
Oh my goodness. Baker Creek Tulip Festival. Oh, the smell, if you could just smell. Oh my goodness, guys. Absolute gorgeous. Look at that. Oh my word. So gorgeous. Wish you could be here, guys. We're at the Baker Creek Tulip Festival, guys. It is absolutely gorgeous. Tulips everywhere. I wish you could just smell it. People standing in line at the Ozark Hotel for lunch. They serve an amazing stir fry. They're called pretty princesses. It's hard to pick a thing. Tulips everywhere. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay. Wow. I was just gonna say they had those in blue. There wasn't that many blue ones, I don't think. I didn't see it. I already sold somebody 2 bags, so I had to add it up.
Oh, you already have it?
She eats some meat now. I don't get the names, but they're insane. Yeah, my brother has some. Jerry from Baker Creek.
In Southern California, so much cheaper than Northern California. It's cheaper.
Yeah, I might have to just do that.
Yeah,
I wonder if a Legion flies out of Belleville for that.
It's remote. You can't get the water level on.
Well, I appreciate you giving me seed for my bag.
Look at the gorgeous daffodils. Trees are in bloom. Look at this, guys. Got Anna from the Fermented Homestead and Cheryl. Say hello, guys.
Hello.
Yay!
Yeah.
No. Mrs.
Joyce.
Joyce, Joyce. Okay.
Box with you. Maybe your mama will let you play in the sand, and I'll watch you.
So, oh yes, I'll move in the front. Okay, so thank you all for joining me today. I am Jill Reagan. I own Whispering Willow Farm and Rosebrook, the Tiny but Mighty Farm, which is a huge accomplishment. But my husband Nathan is up here. He's been telling people all weekend that I sit around sipping cocktails while he does all the work. If you watched our last garden tour, you know that is not the truth. But like she had mentioned, our daughters and I were in Central Arkansas, and we actually bought our friend Jessica's farm, which was really cool. So we stepped into just a really beautiful opportunity. And we live on a little over 4 acres, but the tricky thing about where we live is that it's a rocky terrain. And so we often joke that we grow rocks. And so because of that, we ever had less than an acre of what we were growing food and flowers to sell. And so that is why, really when we moved onto this property, we thought, man, we've really got to do things differently. We knew that we're going to have to implement techniques that we've never implemented before. We're going to have to reshift how we thought about gardening and farming, because even though we were on 4.3 acres and we loved that, we've got our animals on surrounding pasture, really we were kind of limited on the space that we could grow to sell on. And so because of that, we've really started putting in these intensive small scale practices in hopes to just yield more. I am going to be checking my notes, you guys, so y'all just bear with me. So today I'm going to teach you guys all the principles to teach homesteaders and backyard gardeners to adapt professional techniques and grow like a pro, because we all can do it. But we just have to kind of reframe our thinking. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me, and I appreciate
them. It's the first time they're meeting. So we will learn about one another together. I just want to briefly introduce everyone. This is Jessica Sowards of Roots and Refuge. I'm a fan of her work, and I'm guessing that many of you are as well. Lucy Hutchings is joining us from the UK. I cannot say enough lovely things about Lucy. She is a trial grower for Baker Creek. She's a talented photographer who has turned her art away from jewelry making and toward the natural world to everyone's benefit. She is now a homesteader, a cedarwood homestead, a tiny homestead in the UK. And Rory Fee. Rory, we are so pleased to have you here, and we are so immensely grateful that you have joined the ever-growing circle of the Baker Creek family.
I'm glad to be here. Glad to be part of this.
Absolutely. Rory is a singer, songwriter, homesteader, dad, and a writer, and so much more. And so what we're going to do today is an experiment, which is great, right? Because that's what gardening is. It's an experiment. Very different place. Could you talk about your journey to homesteading, and just briefly how it started, where you are?
farm life. It became a necessity when my second son Asher was born. He had really bad food allergies. I was nursing him, and so if I ate something that bothered him, he cried for hours. And so if you are a mother, you understand in a situation that you are having to make a change to protect your child from pain. There's not much a mother wouldn't do to protect her child from pain. So I had a very, very intense crash course in what was in our food. And that spurred me down a very long journey into learning how corrupt the food system actually is, how damaging the things that are commonly in our food are, sourcing and all of that stuff. And so it very naturally led into the desire to grow it myself, because that was what would give me the most control. I married my husband Jeremiah in 2011, and from the very beginning I told him this is the greatest dream of my life, and he was very committed to seeing that happen. So we dove off about 10 years ago onto 4 acres in Arkansas and started, and keep in mind I grew up in the suburbs, I did not have any history with this. And that has grown very much. Now we grow much of the food that is on our plate. We have a great love affair with our land and how it feeds us, and it has definitely made our life much richer.
Walk on stage and sing. And then it just kept, it was the greatest thing in the world, even though that wasn't really what our plan was. And as time went on, we started realizing that building a home economy, building a life at home, was really what we wanted to do. And so it became one thing after another. And a lot of people, you know our story, but my wife passed away. We had a little girl, Indiana, who's here. And when she was 2 years old, my wife passed away. And so even in that, I want to mention, because this is sort of a part of our homesteading story, is I wanted to write a great story. I wanted to be part of great stories and living great stories. But in living a great story, and homesteading is a great story, that's part of it. It's a better life. It's just a better life. You're going to go on a journey that a lot of the rest of the world's not going to go on. It's going to be better for you in every way. But all great stories have a lot of conflict in them. You're going to go through a lot of difficulties, and so we did. And then after my wife passed away, I had a 2-year-old who then became a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old, and we needed to figure out, she was going to homeschool her. And so part of my homesteading journey is I decided to build a school at home. And so we built what looks like a one-room schoolhouse straight out of a little house on the prairie. And they have their own gardens and greenhouse and animals and everything else. But over time, what I started to do was reimagine all the things. So in entertainment now, part of my homesteading journey is I reimagine what entertainment could be. It's at my house, telling stories, hoping it could make your life.
How are you?
How are you doing?
I'm good. Good to see ya.
Well,
Oh no, it's a win-win.
oh yeah.
The joy. Shed. You get some good video. Yeah. Cheryl got. What are those?
Hens and chicks.
Hens and
Look at
chicks.
the little babies.
Look at
The little baby chicks.
So cute. Hens and chicks. Beautiful mug that I got. Avonlea ended up breaking it. Yes, I know. And it's just... Do it good.
Well, thank you so much. Have a great day.
And then I tried to respond.